and I think by the end of it, I mean, like I said, I'm blown away every class when I tell you the way it starts and the way it finishes.
Wow.
And their mindset and just the things that they said that they can't do. And then the things that they end up doing is like literally always mind blowing to me, because it's just like that freedom. Like they like, oh, they could relax and they could do whatever you want. As I told them, there's no rules with upcycling.
Yeah.
There's no limits.
Right.
The possibilities are endless. So it's like whatever your brain could think of, we could try to make it happen.
So you're in the class. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you're in the room with like 20 plus individuals with the Gen Z new mindset, fresh, and they're learning about sustainability. What is the recent memory that you might learn something from the students that you were like, oh, that's actually a great idea if we do it that way? Or if we do it this way. So what?
I learn from them all the time. I think, I think that is probably one of the things I like most about my class, because I definitely am not the teacher where it's like, I'm the professor. I feel like we're all there, trying to, learn from each other.
Better.
So, I remember one class where, so one of the classes at FIT was how to build a vintage business. And so I'm, doing the list of ways that you could sell. And it's like eBay, Etsy, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And then one girl raised her hand. She's like, what about ThreadUp? Da-da. I mean, she named like 10 others that literally were not even on my radar because they were just that new. So like the platforms were being produced quicker than I could even add to my curriculum.
Wow.
And so in the minute she said that, I literally opened it up to the class and I was like, what other platforms are out there? Things that I didn't know, but it was just moving so quickly. Like, when I started that class, I remember my intro was, they said that vintage was going to be a fad. And, here we are in 2025 and it's $1 billion, resale is $1 billion business.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
Oh, yes, definitely. So one of the students that you told me the concern about, they don't know how to sell. And because as you started, you also didn't know how to sell, I assume. And it just came with the opportunity and the work that you put in and, God make ways and, you grow like that. So anyone from your student or around the world who are listening to this, wanted to start a sustainable fashion brand, or what do you advise to your students if they say, oh, I want to start my own clothing brand, like sustainability or doing the vintage, like repurposing the clothes? What mindset should a new sustainable brand adopt in 2025?
Well, I mean, I think anybody that's trying to get in it right now, I think the first question they should ask is, what am I bringing to the table that's not already out there? I mean, there's tons and tons of us now,
Yeah.
So what is my niche? What is my specialty? What am I tapping in on that hasn't been tapped in on? And I think that I would also encourage them to research that, like, because we don't need another, organic tea brand with graphic, like, how many can we have? So let's try to figure out where we're lacking, because there's definitely areas that we're lacking in, for sure. Like, I mean, I think denim is probably one of the worst fabrics out there. Like, can we figure out how to make, a better way of making denim without people, being blue in the villages to dye our jeans,
All the water.
Right.
God.
So, that's what if you're going to start it, figure out why we need it, because that's the most important thing. If we don't need it, then why are you doing it? And if we don't need it, then why do you want to do it? So it's just that why in the beginning, to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Because the way I started was completely passion filled. I always feel like I tell people you have to have some type of reason or a passion behind it, because just think there's going to be challenges, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be some hard times. And if you don't have that passion behind it, trust me, one bump and you're like, I'm out.
I can totally understand. Even right now I'm starting. Because my age of growth of friends that were like, oh, you do it, it's so cool and all that. I want to do it, or can I join? I was like, dude or miss, if you're not passionate about, please, I would not recommend.
Yeah.
There's
You have to have it.
so much things that you need to see
Yes.
to learn to do it.
Yeah.
It's not just like how they made it cool look on Instagram or TikTok. Like
Right.
they just they drop it and people like order it on Shopify and all that. It's not worked that like that. Maybe a trend, that's also one of a fast fashion thing. Maybe you can sell something as a dropship, or a trendy reel come out or meme come out, you put on and you sell it out. But that's not sustainable if you want to build a brand, a reputation to do that.
Right.
So there are so many challenges just in production, and then when you come to the face of the brand, it's just behind the scene. When you come into the face, answering questions, learning more stuff, implementing that, sales, website, social media, the quality of the products, delivery timing, shipping orders. Oh my God, there's a lot. If you're not passionate about it, you can't do it.
Story behind the brand name, just like you asked me about Born Again Vintage. Everybody always wants to know, and you want to have an authentic, reasoning behind that, and not just like, oh, I thought it sounded cool, So it's like, what is the connection? Where's the story? People love the story. They love the story.
Of course, you do that. And out of these, we just spoke about the brands. Even I think if you're starting a fashion brand, still it's not gonna be easy. There's so much competition. You're saying, oh, I don't care about sustainability because I heard of that, and probably you more than I do. And I don't care about sustainability. I'm gonna do just fashion, just buy some cheap and sell it for high as a trend. And I was like, dude, let's see what happened.
Yeah. Good luck.
So, what is one thing that you think sustainable brands are doing right now? We're just talking about sustainable brands particular right now. And you think they should stop doing that you don't like, or you think not so ethical?
Well, no, that's a good question. I don't think I really paid attention. Well, like I said, I feel like half of the sustainable brands that claim to be sustainable brands aren't actually sustainable brands. So that's one. I feel like they should be more transparent as far as what makes them sustainable. Because look, anybody can say they're a sustainable brand, really.
Yeah.
I mean, because how do we know how it was made?
Oh yeah.
And made with. We really don't know. We believe what you're telling us.
Yes.
So if anything, I would say I would want more visibility as far as the process. There was a brand that we promoted on Sustainable Fashion Week. It was called Wildling Shoes. And the reason why I fell in love with the brand is because they took me step through step on how it was made.
Wow.
And what, and why it was sustainable. And like, once you've shown the process, it's just like, how can you not want to support it? Because I mean, like you said, it takes a lot of effort. To be sustainable, it takes a lot of effort. And so what they did, and the materials and they have like a small team, and I mean, everything is just almost like how we were talking about vintage. Like the care was just like, and I feel like if more brands were open to being visible as far as like how things are made and what it's used, I think it would be a win for all of us. Because I feel like if we just see it, we would be like, wow, that I appreciate that brand for taking that much care, and I want to support it.
Of course, definitely. Yeah, the transparency comes to it first.
Yeah.
First. So, how do you personally stay grounded as a founder and as an educator? Because you were like, you don't say in the class, like, I'm a professor,